So GFI 263 is short for Guidance for Industry 263. And really what it is an extension of previous regulations, specifically GFI 213, better known as the VFD program or Veterinary Feed Directive. And under that regulation, all antibiotics that were fed through feed and water came under the supervision of veterinarians. So moving forward, GFI 263 simply put the remaining relevant antibiotics, such as injectables and oral antibiotics, under the supervision of veterinarians. So previously, many of these antibiotics were over the counter. Now they are going to be forced to get a prescription in order to buy those antibiotics. Really, any livestock and production animal will fall under this regulation, but it's not limited to that. Companion animals such as dogs and cats, going forward, will need a prescription to use many of these previously over-the-counter drugs. So anything that had oxytetracycline or penicillin or sulfa-based drugs that are human relevant will fall under this regulation. And some of the common names that you'll recognize is LA200, LA300, Combipen, Durapen, Tetramycin, and then also the dairy products like Today and Tomorrow will all fall under this 263 regulation. Realistically, the antibiotics that are used on farms and ranches are oftentimes the same antibiotics that are used in human medicine. And so the concern is where there may have been misuse or overuse of antibiotics, it's going to create bacteria that are resistant to these drugs that are used in the human world. And this is to include companion animals as well as livestock animals. So really the FDA wanted to regulate the use of these antibiotics and put them under the supervision of a licensed veterinarian to overcome these concerns of overuse of antibiotics. So VCPR is short for Veterinary Client-Patient Relationship, and this exists when your veterinarian knows your herd well enough to diagnose and treat health challenges. Now the vet is going to need to come out to your farm and do an in-person visit at least one time per year, and this can vary between states and between veterinarians. And ultimately he's going to want to develop a protocol for correct usage and dosage of your antibiotic use. Once this VCPR is in place, most of the time you will just need to simply call him or her to get a prescription so that you can buy your antibiotics from your preferred supplier. This is a really good question, and honestly, some of our local farm stores are really going to have to decide whether or not they're going to continue to sell these previously over-the-counter antibiotics, as they are going to bear some of the responsibility for keeping good inventory records and also keeping on file these prescriptions that are coming in. So I think the first step is to talk to your local supplier to see what their plans are going forward. If they do decide to continue to sell these antibiotics, you will just simply need to get them the prescription or your VCPR agreement from your veterinarian in order to purchase those previously over-the-counter antibiotics. So in reality, I think preventative and treatment plans kind of go hand in hand. And the industry has really made a shift toward preventative practices over the years as vaccine protocols have become more focused, husbandry practices have progressed over the years, and then nutrition has really made some really large advancements in order to keep the healthiest animals possible. But maybe in recent years, the biggest advancements have come in nutraceuticals. Things like prebiotic fibers, probiotics, as well as phytonutrients or essential oils have really made a big impact on animal health in the livestock industry. And Duravet really has been one of the leaders in this space as they utilize Ralco technologies in their products to provide a natural alternative to antibiotic use and reduce overall antibiotic use in the livestock industry.